and blessing to y'all.
Peace and blessing.
All right, thank you to my perfectionist, third time's a charm. So, welcome to Sonic, Tonic, Autumnal Experience. I can't remember what I called this, but in short, I'm Reggie. Megan, thank you for helping me make this happen. And for those of you, who here has never heard of me at all? You're in for a treat. To those who know me, y'all know what you got yourself into. So me and my friends are passing through. My girlfriend has her 25th college anniversary at Guilford in Greensboro. So y'all have given me a legitimate excuse not to be at a cocktail party right now. So thank you. I don't really drink like that anymore, and I didn't go to college with these cats, so this is what I do, so I'd rather do it. I mean, I'll be with them tomorrow in like a bolo or whatever. So thank y'all for the opportunity to do me while she does her, the key to a healthy relationship. And the other thing too is that I promise you this sonic experience will be unlike any other that you've ever been to. One is that sound, like I'm not here to entertain you. Like this is my spiritual practice. And depending on the literature or the wisdom tradition that you carry, sound is sacred. And in the traditions that I hold, there's silence, then there's sound, then there's music, then there's talking. And in the world where we're at right now, cats are talking too much, man. Cats are talking way too much. And when words are not used as an opportunity for connection, healing, and liberation, when words become weaponized, that makes sound even more important. Why? Sound clears the deck. You know, I bet you when I hit that gong, you didn't even know that, whoo, yeah, this is home. Home takes you to a whole nother universe. Right? This is a wind gong that I bought. And I paid for, if you know anything about gongs, this shit ain't cheap. And so I bought this gong and I played it and it was just thick. It was just like, and I was like, I paid $500 for a piece of a rock. This is so stupid. And my family lives in Virginia, not too far from here. My people are from Natural Bridge, Virginia. And I set this in the sun for about a day and a half, where my family's from, like the land and the sun and the elements. And it went from a rock to a portal. Right? So these gongs are part of my spiritual practice, which is all about healing, liberation, and peace. Active peace is the name of my teaching practice. We hear this in yoga teacher trainings and yoga classes all the time. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is meant to calm the fluctuations of the mind. Last time I checked, a whole bunch of talking doesn't do much to calm the fluctuations of the mind. However, your mind is like, and even if the fluctuations aren't stilled, they're lengthened. So sound is an opportunity for you to calm the fluctuations of the mind. And gong practice, the beautiful thing about gong practice, number one, every one of their mamas got crystal bowls. You know, no shade on crystal, but I'm here for heavy metal. And heavy metal before I get into the sound, I like to let you know what you're getting yourself into, right? I believe in like a trauma-informed space, and these are pretty concussive noises, right? So I'm not gonna be like, hey, I want you to hear these. So this is home. Wind gong that went from like thud to sonic portal. This is timeless. Because time stops when you play this. And so not only hear what you hear, but can you feel this in the floor? Crystal bowls, you can't feel a crystal bowl in the floor like this. So once these sounds get going and spinning and bending and all these other things, you're receiving a massage as well. So if you ever want to get lost in a wormhole, look up what the ear does on the interwebs. The ear is fascinating. It's essentially, very long story short, if you know it, I apologize for bastardizing it, but I only got 75 minutes. Vibration, what we hear is a disturbance in the air. So those molecules have waves. Those waves hit the eardrum. Those eardrum creates waves and fluid in the ear. And the fluid, those waves of the fluid hit cilia, which will release neurotransmitters in the body. So literally what you hear impacts your mental biochemistry. How do I know this? Y'all, April 1st, 2024, the unthinkable happened. Your boy had a stroke. And I almost left this piece. Like, it was in Columbia, South Carolina. And with gratitude to the ancestors and sound, like I'm here before you today. Why? Because like when I got all of this shitty news of Mr. Hubbard, you know, we don't know if your left leg will work again. We don't know if you're all this, we don't know. I would be crying, but then I would come home to my gongs and the gongs would be like, how was your day? I think it sucked. And home would be like, okay, tell me more. And I would play and cry and let things go, so that when I was meditating, I wasn't meditating carrying the drama of the doctor. I was meditating carrying this peaceful vibe, which was like, maybe I can walk again. Maybe I can heal. Maybe what they're saying is rooted in their fear and not my belief in miracles. So sound gave me a chance to tap into all of that. Last thing, autumn is here. Hooray. So shout out to all Libras in the room. I know there's at least one in the room. My birthday's on October 5th. So this sound setup is dedicated to autumn. So there's always wind, so we have a wind gong, wind chimes. And you know, when leaves start to fall, think about it from this perspective. So tree has reaches towards the sky and reaches down. When there's enough sun, it produces leaves to catch all the energy from the sun. But each tree, once it knows that autumn is there for it, there's not enough sunlight in order for it to keep the leaves, it receives its nutrients from the ground. So the tree is like, leaf, thank you so much. We had an amazing spring and summer, but now it's time for you to do your thing. And the leaf is just like, okay, cool. So it waits for the breeze, and then it flies. So every time you hear these chimes, I want you to think of like leaf or leaves just being free. They did their job, they showed their true colors, and now they get to ride the breeze, right? Each of these two gongs on this side, I'm going to play like a cello. So you're going to hear like all these different sounds. These represent the mystery of the season. Like, autumn's here, great, but for some trees it's already autumn, for other trees it ain't. But each tree knows when it's time, because it'll be like, okay, it's winter, breeze, leaves. So that's kind of what I'm working with here. And lastly, there's always rain in autumn. So we've got wind, we've got rain, we've got the mystery, we've got like astronomical phenomenon. That's what's in your sonic experience. And lastly, I'm just happy that of all the places in North Carolina you chose to be here. You are making an investment in your nervous system. And we live in a time where the degradation of our nervous system is being weaponized to undermine our society. So may this experience be a restoration of your nervous system in these times of flagrant degradation. And so it is. Bring palms together at heart center, if inclined. The other thing about me as a teacher, you ain't got to do a damn thing I say. I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in freedom of expression. Not just like for rich, white, ugly people. Anyway, palms together at heart center. Allow yourself to feel what you feel in the body now and give gratitude that you have come here. May the words that I just shared with you given you adequate introduction to your experience, but I'll also allow curiosity to manifest, right? You spend hours using the eyes as your way of looking at the world. Give your eyes a break, right? We spend hours with shortness of breath and convex shoulders. Shoulders back and down, shine the heart. Maybe you shrug the shoulders here so you can release the palms in front of you. So let's begin here. Get into these shoulders. And maybe the first sound you hear is a psh, 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 psh of your body. That's your body being like, yo, I've been waiting for you. And if you got jewels like me, maybe they clank, but just begin to awaken your hearing. There's nothing really to see here. Is there a way we could turn down the lights a bit? Oh, thank you, dear. So 5 more seconds of this shoulder thing back and down, because you spend hours like this, you can spend a minute. The only reason this is uncomfortable is because we're accustomed to feeling this way. That's cool.
Too much or enough?
This is enough, yeah. Thank you. Now bring palms together with a clap, friction in the palms. Listen to your friction, but also listen to your neighbor's friction. Permission to eavesdrop here. Deep full inhale through the nose. Exhale with a sound. Hand on the heart. You have a drum, a bass drum in the center of your chest. You are an instrument of the divine, whether you like it or not. That's not hippie speak. You got a drum in the center of your body. So what is your heart saying to you vibrationally? Is there something that you're carrying that in the spirit of autumn you can release? Deep full inhale through the nose into the heart space. Exhale with a sound. Release something. Clap, friction in the palms. I come to you live and direct from the occupied territory of Washington, D.C. In my tradition, yeah, no shit, it sucks up there right now. But that's why I got these gongs. We gotta bring friction to things that don't make sense, y'all. There is no growth without friction. There is no healing without friction. There is no transformation or liberation without friction. So if you hope for liberation or afraid of friction, welcome to delusion. Deep full inhale through the nose into the heart space. Exhale out the lips like every time I watch the TV I do that. Hands to the face. Rub your cheeks, your lips, your neck, and your throat, the place where sound emerges from you. And notice how your neck and throat are probably like, for real? You showing me love? Yeah. Because even if you're kind-hearted, if you got stress on your throat and your lips, you are poisoning people. Mm-mm. So allow any stress that is in your neck and throat and jaw for the next 5 seconds through the aid of your tender touch to offer healing. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, clear the throat. Clap and friction. Go a little faster, go a little slower, but notice we've been rolling for about 4 minutes. Notice how all these sounds, your nervous system is like, ooh. Deep full inhale. Exhale, however, feels awesome. Hands on the eyes. And notice how it feels for a tender touch to adorn your eyes. The eyes are but one of the senses, yet we process the world through sight. I mean, hooray, but we got other senses. So with gratitude to the eyes, how can we let them take a back seat to the sense of touch, to the sense of hearing, to the sense of smell, all these different senses which when they are elevated bring the sixth sense on, which is balance of all senses, yielding equanimity and equipresence. Deep full inhale through the nose. Exhale however you need. Bonus points, take fingers to the top of the head and scratch your crown. And notice how your neck doesn't probably know how to act. Your neck is like, what? Yeah, man. Because if you got stress in the top of your head, what is the quality of your thought? And notice how this sound here impacts not only the ears, but the quality of thought. Deep, full inhale. Exhale, release something. One hand on heart, one hand on abdomen. Notice how you feel from the warm-up. People who are newer to me, it's like, what does it have to do with sound? Child, everything. Because sound isn't just about the sound of these instruments. It's about awakening your sense of hearing. It's about bringing your voice as a tool online, tuning into what you can hear now. We're in the same room, but I bet you couldn't hear that cricket before now. The HVAC, your neighbor's breathing, maybe even your breathing. So over the next 30 seconds or so, adopt a position that allows you to be more comfortable. So you can take this experience on the back, you can take this experience upright. If at any point you feel the need to move, there's plenty of wall space. But just tune into the body and ask the body, what do you need in this moment? And I'm going to walk around the room with one of these gongs just to christen the space, to level set. Deepen the breath and allow exhales to be audible if needed. In integrity with autumn, how might you let an intention of release be your primary intention? Is there any additional movement that the body's asking for? The mind might be like, I'm fine, but the body knows. Feel free at any point during our time together to get other props, to move in any way that suits you, and to let any energy go that doesn't suit you. Deep full inhale. Exhale with a sound. Deep full inhale. Exhale with a sound. One more inhale. Exhale sonically. Introducing these higher tones, which are meant to mimic songbirds. Tonic.